So you can't just sign up a new account and then start
Yep.
asking people for feed pictures or something.
Yeah. Because there's so many of those. Oh my god, it's so annoying.
Hi, welcome to the Lonely Fans podcast where we discuss all things egirls. I'm your co-host Andy.
And I'm your other co-host, your co-host. I guess just co-host, Nettaly.
And we're joined by a special guest today. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Pettraner, but I go by Pet online. I am a professional egirl. I have been on the ePal site since the first week it came out, and I like video games. I play competitively, actually, for my university's esports team for one of the games.
Oh, no
And
way.
Well,
yeah.
I guess that's a really good segue. That's like so interesting. So, is that where your story sort of begins with being an e-girl? It must
Actually, yes.
or it must. Where does the story start of Pet, the professional e-girl? Where do you think where's the good place to start?
Well, like the whole video game thing started when I was 2 because my dad like gave me a Game Boy Color when I was really little, and even though I didn't know what to do, I still had like fun with it. And I grew up like playing on the old game consoles like N64 and Dreamcast.
What were you playing?
On the Game Boy Color, I think I was playing like the little Harry Potter like pixel game. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Wait,
I think it
was
might
it
have been
the
Sorcerer's
Sorcerer's
Stone.
Stone? Oh, I
Yeah.
remember that one. Oh, and I can't. It was so hard as a kid. I guess. I
Yeah,
can't imagine
I
trying to
didn't
beat that.
understand it, but I remember it was like kind of like RPG-esque. And then on the N64, I always played Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. Those are my favorite two.
Nice.
But yeah, the whole e-girl thing didn't start until my ex-team captain and my ex-tank player were playing EverQuest 2 one night, and they had found out about the site through memes because someone had taken like a Twitch clip of a female streamer like swearing out someone, and it was like, so I hired an e-girl and this happened. And she was just like, you're a piece of garbage, you suck, you're awful, like all these insults. And I was like, wait, is this an actual site? And they're like, maybe. And I looked it up and it was, and I was like, haha, but what if I did this? And then I did. And then I became an e-girl, which
That's
now we rebranded to being e-pals, so
e-pals, right? Right. So actually, so you're playing competitive Overwatch for your university?
Yep.
How did you get into that? You just
So I'm a business major,
Mhm.
and I had a class with the president of my university's esports club. We were in the same group, and we just talked about video games like all the time. It was for
Uh-huh.
my what was it? Management, communications management class. Yeah, that sounds about right. um, but I met her through there, and then she mentioned there was an Overwatch team, and I told her that I loved Overwatch, but I only played on console, and she said she could teach me the ropes, get me all signed up with the club because they have a lounge actually. So I was able to
Hmm.
practice playing on PC, and I ended up being better than a lot of people who have been playing PC for years. So pretty proud of that. And I became the main support for my university's esports team. I used to be a tank player back on console, but they needed a support, and then I ended up trying
Oh.
out against like 8 other supports, and I came out on top.
Are you still doing that right now? Are you still on the team?
Yep. So our tournament just started back up again. It was postponed due to Corona, but we're playing for a 91K prize pool right now.
Oh,
Oh,
is
nice.
this
Wow.
like the university leagues? I'm
Yep.
vaguely familiar with. Oh, cool.
I don't remember exactly how to say it, but it's like collegiate,
Collegiate?
collegiate. Yes.
Colgate,
Colgate?
Something like that. Colgate.
like the toothpaste brand. They got into the esports game,
Yeah.
esports scene.
I can
Wow,
never remember how to say that word.
I think, yeah, collegiate. I think I
Collegiate,
agree with
yeah.
you. If I see it, my mind blanks out and just also reads Colgate.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually.
right. So you're on your Overwatch team, and your captain mentions finds this meme about e-girls, and then you decide to join
Yep.
just for what went into that decision?
A few different things. One, I thought it was like really Okay, I thought it would be cool to get paid to play games. That was one of the reasons I went in. But also, as I was thinking about it, since I'm a business major, I wanted to use this as an opportunity to practice my marketing skills and use this as a test market. And so far, it's been working out really great for me.
That's so interesting. So you're in college right now, I assume?
University, but yes.
University. Yeah,
A little
university.
bit more expensive.
A little
Same
bit more
thing, but more
expensive.
expensive.
And you're a business major.
Yep. I'm
And
going into accounting specifically, but I am doing a lot of marketing classes, and I'm actually thinking of switching over to marketing,
switching over.
or at least gain
That's
a minor in it.
so did you go into university trying to become an accountant, or did you ever had thoughts
Nope.
about streaming or being an e-girl at all? So
So,
your plan before March 15th was you're gonna graduate and become an accountant,
sort of. I
sort
kind of
of,
use that
or
as a safety net. I originally
yeah.
went into university for computer
Mm-hmm.
science,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
and I did that for 2 years, and then I was scared I was going to lose my scholarship because I wasn't learning the material fast enough, and I didn't want to lose any of my scholarships.
Yep.
So I swapped my major over to accounting because I didn't know what else to do. And like my mom and my sister were both accountants, and I figured, worst case scenario, if everything else falls, like at least that's kind of like a good safety net because
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of diverse. I could use that anywhere really. So I'm basically using it as a safety net. I never really see myself in an office position though. I want to do something with video games for my living, which is why I do want to get into Twitch streaming.
Okay, that's so. Has Twitch streaming sort of become an option for you since you've joined ePals?
It's
Like,
starting to,
is
yes.
starting just seeing your success from the site, or
Yeah, so I'm actually most of my funds right now are going like from the site are going towards like medical bills or school. Part of the fund and all the tips I make, because I have a Ko-Fi set up, goes directly to my computer fund. Because right now I'm actually on a 10-year-old gaming laptop.
jeez.
Oh.
I've been gaming on that, yeah, but I can't stream on it because it chugs as it is on games, and I can't even hit like 60 frames on Overwatch. So, but I
So,
still play really well given my circumstances. I am very proud.
Yeah, that's impressive to hear how ranked you are. So what's your
Mhm.
roadmap towards like, beginning to stream, right? Do you have like
I already have a really good support system.
yep.
Like, even starting out with the EPAL site, I'm a cosplayer, so I had a Instagram set up, and I had
oh,
quite a few fans and followers, and they got me started on the site. But I know if I start streaming, they'll also support me there. And I've had regular clients and like streamers hire me, and like their stream chat and stuff really likes me. So I know once I start streaming, I can also get audience from there too,
Nice. Sounds like
and
you got a
support from
really good
there.
base already.
Oh yeah, I'm
I mean,
very fortunate.
if you don't mind, how far are you from the gaming computer fund? How far is that away?
So it really depends at this point. Like I'm about halfway there, but I did receive a sizable tip
Oh, jeez.
from a client, but I had to refund it because they put it in on PayPal as a service rather than as gifting to friend, and I got kind of concerned because with
Uh,
that, someone could just refund after 180 days or
Mm.
within 180 days, and I didn't want to get screwed over because it was pretty sizable.
Yeah. You don't want to, yeah, sketchy. You don't want to be out that money.
Yeah, because it was literally the first time I met them too, which like it was really heartwarming, but I also was scared at the same time because like I'm used to people kind of backstabbing me.
Oh, oh no.
So,
there's
yeah, I was like a little bit nervous, and I was like, plus PayPal had the money on hold anyways, because if you put that much money in as a service rather than gifting as a friend, they hold it for like 2, 3 weeks anyways. So I
Oh,
just
geez.
refunded it and told him to put it back in as a giving to friend after.
So tantalizing. This
Yeah.
sum of money.
So tantalizing. Like literally, it would cover the rest of my funds if I got it for my computer.
oh, jeez.
Yeah,
S-
that's how much it was. I was like, oof. Which is why
So
I'm scared.
yeah. So that's so interesting that so you were a cosplayer before even all of this
Oh
happened?
yeah, I've been cosplaying since I think about 2012, 2013. Of course, I
Right.
Specifically,
didn't do like. Hmm?
sorry, keep going.
Oh, I was just gonna say I didn't do anything major back then, cause like I just got started. It was more like throwing on a wig, like kind of closet cosplays, I guess.
Gotcha. Were you
But
doing specifically video game stuff or
uh,
any other cosplayers?
video games, anime. I kind of threw on a pink wig and called myself Luca from Vocaloid back when I was in middle school. Because I used to be really big into Vocaloid, but we don't talk about that.
That's super interesting. So, I mean, I'm not too familiar with cosplaying or cosplay culture in general. I
hmm
mean, like what drew you to it, I guess? I mean, I guess when I think of cosplay, all I want to do is make maybe some stupidly detailed Iron Man costume for myself, but that's
Oh
sort of
my
the
god.
extent of what cosplay means to me. Um, what does cosplay mean to you?
Cosplay is actually about the same. I have fun making the costumes or becoming the character. It's more of like it's more of like a hobby and kind of a creative outflow. I don't know. I really like sewing and I really like making things, so it was really cool to be able to like do artistic stuff that I wanted to do and have it come into fruition and be like really pretty and cool. All that hard work that I funnel into it just like paying off, I guess.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Just sort of, it's a creative outlet for you.
hmm
And so, do
Plus, I make a lot of
you?
friends through it too, which is nice.
Yeah. What's the culture like? Like
Usually
what?
really
Okay.
good.
So
uh,
there's a ton of people sort of in the cosplay community that enjoy other people's cosplay, or
oh yeah. For the most part, it's really good. Of course, with any type of community, there's always drama. There's always people trying to start up drama. But for the most part, it's pretty tame. It's usually like the younger generation, I've noticed, that stirs up a lot of drama. And it's like
what do
petty
you
things
mean by
like
generation?
Zoomers.
Are you talk?
like
Are you a
13-year-olds.
millennial, or are you a 13-year-old?
Yeah. Just because I've noticed there's a lot of like quote unquote kinning, which I still don't really understand, but apparently people like quote unquote claim a character and they get upset if anyone else cosplays that character.
I get that. When we were kids, when we
Yeah.
watched
Crazy.
TV show, I was always a Red Ranger, and if my brothers said they were, I'd kick their butts.
Oh my god.
So that makes sense. So, but I guess so. So you make a costume, and then is the creative outlets or sort of the end result Instagram or going to conventions?
Both.
Both.
Sometimes I'll go to cosplay meetups or my friend will have like a cosplay get together too. It really depends. I go to a lot of conventions, usually just local ones though. I haven't been
Mhm.
to an out of state one yet. Otherwise, I use my cosplays for I have a lot of photography friends and I like to practice mark or modeling. Blah. So sometimes I'll throw on the costume and get together with them and get photos taken.
For bringing it back to EPALs, do you get people who like ask you to cosplay a certain characters when you play with them?
Not really, because when I play with them, I don't use a camera or anything. It's just over voice.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know why I was thinking
That's
everybody
right.
does the
Yeah.
camera.
This is
I did
camera.
ask someone if I could video chat with them on eChat, but I don't have a working camera, and I don't know if I would be comfortable with that anyways.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know. I mean,
okay.
I for sure would not be.
Just because I've heard some bad tales of people video calling and then people getting creepy.
Is it like chatterbait or whatever, or was it
I
Omegle
don't know what that
type
is. Oh, I
situations?
know Omegle.
Omegle.
Oh,
Somewhat,
or no,
somewhat.
no, wait, no, I'm getting my.
Chatterbait
I
is
think
straight
yeah,
up
no,
like
that
porn.
is a camp. Okay, that's porn. What? I got them mixed up. Yikes.
We know
Um,
Andy
no,
is a purveyor of.
oh no,
You just outed yourself.
oh
No, but
no,
yeah, I'm sure it is like Omegle with like
Omegle.
random people just showing up and displaying things.
Yeah, the whole whoop, there's the peen. Yeah.
The
That's
Yikes.
little
why
known hit
I've
single
heard
by
some
MC
people
Hammer.
have stories where that happens, so I'm like, I think I'm not gonna delve anywhere
Do,
near the video chatting.
Yeah, no need to risk it.
do people who order e-pals, do they get ratings too? Or is that
No,
not a thing?
that's not a thing, and you can't see when they comment on someone either, which I think you should be able to, because I know some people will go around and just give bad reviews just to give bad reviews to people.
Oh,
It's whack.
oh,
Because
interesting.
I go through other people's accounts quite often. The ones that have a not 5-star rating, I'll go down and I'll try and look through. So if I see that person, I won't get them because I don't know if
Ah,
they're just trolling or if they just had a bad experience or what, but I don't want to risk it if they're just gonna troll me, you
Yeah.
know?
right. It's not like the Uber experience where the driver also knows what the passenger's rating is, I guess.
Yeah, it's not like that, unfortunately.
It should be,
Do you
because I
think
think
that
that would
would
help
be
us out, if people were like, oh, these guys are legit. They're not just weirdos who are trying to hire some e-girls.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, we are, but we're also legit.
yeah,
You don't seem that weird. It's okay.
Thank you.
that's good to
You're welcome.
Do you think that would improve your experience on the site, having just knowing like this person is chill based off their other experiences with e-pals? Like, do you think that
Uh,
would improve the site?
I think so because right now, like, the only way that we know about bad clients is if we tell each other. Like, I
Mm.
have quite a group of other e-pals that I play with regularly and I'll recommend or I'll network with. So, like, if
Interesting.
someone's like, hey, I want to have another e-pal in here, can you recommend me him? Or if they're like, hey, I want to get a 6-stack together, can you help me find some e-girls? I can do that. So,
That's so interesting. So you have sort of a
The network.
support group
Yeah.
oh yeah,
network
Within the
definitely.
e-pal community. Huh.
within the e-pal community.
Definitely.
Hey, send them our
And a
deets. Let
lot
them
of the
know.
e-pals are really nice.
That makes so much sense. Is that sort of something that you started yourself or just
It was kind of so back when I first started, I got hired for a Overwatch order from a streamer and his chat liked me enough that he wanted me back on his stream and he wanted to he I think he was one of the first ones to do like a full 5 group of e-girls plus him in an Overwatch match. I think he was like one of the first to do it because it was like still
Mm.
within like the site's first
mm,
2 weeks. But I met Bambi through there and Bun, and they became like my 2 close friends. They actually helped me get started on the site. But kind of like the 3 of us kind of grouped up around other e-pals and like got orders with other e-pals, and we kind of became like a close knit group. And we just kind of made a support system so like if someone like messed with one of us, we would know at least like what the
oh,
client was
interesting.
like, who he was, so we don't have to deal with it.
Oh man, imagine being on the blacklist of this e-girls
Yeah,
group.
blacklist of
Yeah,
e-pals.
of clients.
Some of them will do stuff that's not really against sites TOS, but it was just like they did some rude things, you know? So we can't like report them because it's not technically against sites TOS, but if they made some really vulgar comments towards one of us or something, then like we can at least blacklist them on our
Oh, nice.
end and
On
not
your
have
own.
to deal with them.
Do you do you have any examples? Was it just vulgar comments or
So some people will try to get free games or will be really rude. Like I've had someone who ordered me for e-chat and one of my standard procedures is I tell them like, "Hey, one game is for 20 minutes. Is that okay?" And that's just like a standard procedure type of thing before I accept the order because they don't know my time limit. And this dude was like, "Yes, oh my god, hurry up. Why are you such like a C word?"
Oh
And I
my
was like,
oh
god.
man.
excuse me?" And I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm not really comfortable. And then he was like starting to spam me with the Discord link, server link over and over again. I'm like, yeah, I'm not comfortable taking this order anymore.
Uh,
And he was like trying to hit up other people for eChat. So I kind of let everyone know that I knew in the eChat section about him so they wouldn't take him. Because like being rude to one e-girl can really mess you up on the
Oh
site
jeez.
because we can network with other e-girls. If you're rude
Yeah.
to us, we don't gotta accept you. And there's no reason to be rude to us. We're just doing our job.
Well, yeah, exactly. You got to be cordial. You're seeking these people out to, play a game or
Yeah,
something, or have a conversation. How are you gonna start it off like that?
It's like, there's no reason to be rude for me just telling you, hey, it's only for 20 minutes, is that okay? Like, he could have just been like, yeah, that's fine, and then popped in the link.
Yeah, especially with like the prices that you guys have right now. Like you're like $3, right? How are you gonna get upset? Somebody, you're only paying them $3.
Yeah, still, I don't want to risk it and have them think that it's longer, because some people have like an average of, oh, quite a few people on each chat, I think, have it for 30 minutes, but mine's a little bit off from the usual, which is why I have to like let them know.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to like have them feel like they're getting scammed because they thought maybe I was 30 minutes instead of 20.
Do you think there's sort of a sense of entitlement in sort of that small percentage of people who just aren't nice to the average EPAL? I mean, like what?
Yes.
Yeah, what percentage of
Um,
that do you think like clientele is rude?
I don't know if I can give an exact estimate because a lot
Yeah.
of the clients I've had have been very nice, but I do get a lot of hostile DMs from people who have no intention to pay. So I don't know really how to rate my percentage, if it's like
Oh,
including those people or if it's just my clientele. Because if it's my clientele, then it's like very, very small. But if it's my DMs, then it's probably about 50 to 75%.
These people are just like randomly hitting you
really?
up to berate you.
Yep.
What the hell?
Or so some people make like troll remarks like, "Oh, I want to wipe my butt with your hair or whatnot."
What the?
I got that before. I had someone ask if I dyed my hair with period blood, and if so, if I could send them some. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know half the comments I get, but I'm just like saying here like, is this like, I don't want to just like send all the ones that I get to the mods every single time, because there's too many of them.
Oh man.
But it's like the worst ones I will send in if it's like really uncomfortable and I know they're harassing other EPALs, then I'll do it. But if it's like a one-off thing and I haven't heard anything from other EPALs, then I'll just be like, I'm just gonna block and ignore.
What possesses people to like just straight up go out and say things like that?
I don't know. I also get a lot of people asking for nudes, lewds, feet pics. And I have people always assuming I have OnlyFans, and they'll ask for my OnlyFans, and when I tell them I don't have OnlyFans, they call me a liar. Or a prude. And I'm like, really?
It's one or the other. You either got an OnlyFans or you're a prude.
Or you?
There's no in
Actually,
between.
I'm just like, I don't do not safe for work content. That's why I'm on the site to begin with, because it's strictly safe for work. And then they
Yeah.
still come into my DMs being like, hey, you should make an OnlyFans. And I'm like, no.
No.
Jesus.
So maybe it's just like incels trolling. It's just easy because they just have access to all these people.
One of the things is they assume some e-girls do have OnlyFans, which is fine.
Sure.
But they don't use the site to promote it, which is also fine because it's against sites TOS to really promote not safe for work content on the site because they want to keep it
Oh, that's
strictly
very
safe for
interesting.
work. So, but some EPALs do have OnlyFans, so they assume since some of them have it, everyone has it, and it's even more so with cosplayers because a lot of cosplayers do like lewd cosplays. I'm not personally one of those, but people see me as a cosplayer and they're like, "Oh, you must have an OnlyFans then," and it's kind of gross, honestly, to kind of stereotype every cosplayer into that category, you know?
Yeah.
I guess there's like a whole spectrum, right? Of your very safe for work Twitch stream, regular wholesome EPAL
hmm
person, and then I guess e-girl culture in general. There's that whole spectrum. I
Yeah.
guess we're on that safe for work spectrum, but then there's also the e-girl of the OnlyFans not safe for work spectrum.
hmm But
I
the
don't know
whole
like
site as a whole is supposed to be safe for work, which is why I get irritated when I get a lot of influxes of those, because it's like, I don't do that. And we're not supposed to do it on the site, so it makes me irritable when I actually had one of them be like, well, another EPAL hit me up and said that they would do it. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not that EPAL, and that's against sites TOS, so I don't know what you want. But
Jeez.
it's not me.
They can go to any other place and probably easily find, some people advertising
Exactly.
their OnlyFans and things like that. But I
Exactly.
think the thing with EPALs is like you just like straight up DM anybody, right? Like you just
Yeah.
send anybody a DM. A little bit too much power for just the random people out there.
Yeah, there's a few things with the site that I think they could change. One of them being, I think you shouldn't be able to message EPALs unless, like, I think that they should have like a pre-made balance that you can put into your account,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and
Right.
then
Oh,
use that to like if you put in like a minimum of $5, then you can message epals just
Mm-hmm.
to kind of filter out who's here for trolling and who's here legitimately, you know?
Yep, definitely.
oh,
That's a good
just
idea.
so you can't just sign up a new account and then start
Yep.
asking people for feet pictures or something.
Yeah, because there's so many of those. Oh my god, it's so annoying. And then you also get people on the site looking to pay for free. I actually had someone hit me up and they're like, "Oh, hey, are you free to play a game?" And I'm like, "Sorry, I'm with the client right now, but I can do it after." And he's like, "Okay, no worries, I can wait." And then I got done with the order and I went back and I was like, "Hey, okay, so are you ready to play?" He's like, "Yeah, what's your in-game name?" And I was like, "Sorry, I don't give out my in-game name until an order is placed." And he's like, "Well, I wasn't going to place an order." And I was like, "Then I can't play with you. I'm sorry." And then he goes, "Gold digger." I'm like,
Gold
"I
digger.
think you missed the entire point of the site."
How dare you
Actually,
demand payment for this site where I specifically pay you to play with me?
I know. People like have it go way over their heads and I'm like, "Bruh." It's a real bro moment. Just like, I don't know, man. Some people, you go on the site, it says, "Ah, yes, don't game alone. You can pay to have people play with you."
Yeah.
Everyone has price tags. But then they're like, "Free game." And I'm like, why?
That's not how anything works.
I actually had a YouTuber hit me up and he's like, "Oh yeah, I had a choosing bigger. That's what it's called. I had a
Choosing
choosing
beggar.
bigger." In my freaking DMs. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a massive YouTuber and I'm partnered with YouTube and stuff and I want to play with you, but I don't want to pay. I can pay you in God, what's it called?
Exposure.
Exposure." Yeah, he said
Exposure.
that. And I was like, if you're as big as you said, you would be able to pay for me because I've had bigger YouTubers. I looked him up, he had 1K subscribers, and his
Oh, wow.
videos were like 2 hours long and they averaged like 3 views.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
And I was like, if you're as big as you said, you would be able to pay for me and my time because I've had bigger YouTubers. I've had bigger streamers. I've had Soda Pop and hire me. I've had Socks
Really?
for
Oh.
One, Magikarp used Fly hire me. Like, I have a lot of big people who hired me and they actually paid for my time. That's how you know if you're a big person, you can actually afford to do stuff for your content. Like,
We're as big as Soda Poppin', right,
Yeah,
Nettaly?
absolutely. I mean, hey, and we're also paying fairly, so.
yeah.
So I'd
Honestly,
put us in that tier.
support
Mention
your
us in the
local
same name.
e-girls. Actually pay for the service.
We're arbiters of fair wages and things like that.
I appreciate it. I've actually been asked to do interviews a lot and like honestly, I don't mind, but like 2 of them I wasn't paid for and it was kind of scummy,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, I kind of stopped doing it for free because it's too much energy and time for me.
Yeah, I get it. It's a big
Especially
investment.
like mhm. Well, especially because I
Yeah.
have a hard time filtering interviews, like long interviews, in on my available hours, unless it's like on a Wednesday or Thursday, because those are my slowest days. But like
Oh.
Monday, Tuesday, and then especially Friday and Saturday, those are my busiest days. Like, there's no way I'm doing that
Yeah.
for free in that
Hmm.
time.
Yeah, it's draining. I remember it's just, I guess I'm new at it. Maybe Natali's not,
No,
but
it's pretty draining.
Oh no, it
just
is.
1 hour of just talking is just mentally exhausting.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
That's
absolutely.
interesting. Is it exhausting to be an EPAL? Just
Oh yeah.
new person after new person, just trying to
So
make small talk?
yeah. um, I'm actually. It's probably hard to tell, but I'm a really big introvert. Actually, I get socially exhausted really easily. When I first started with the site, I was super shy and I didn't really talk much. That's also another reason I joined was so I would be better at like communicating with people. Oh my goodness, I can't even talk today.
Ironic.
Uh, yeah, very ironic. Yes, I'm being better at talking to people, I say as I mix up the English language. But no, I've actually gotten a lot better at just like being able to talk to people and carry conversations.
That's
That's
cool.
actually super
Yeah, our
interesting.
first guest
Yeah.
was also kind of like she labeled herself as an introvert as well, and also kind of looked at EPALs as a way to break out of her shell and get that kind of experience as well. So I wonder how much of a theme that's going to be with the people we ask or we talk to.
Probably quite a few, honestly.
Yeah.
Do you think that's maybe specific to EPAL in general, or
I
guess
think it
there's
has to do with games, honestly, like
games,
gaming in general. A lot of gamers tend to be
the
introverts.
introverts?
It's just how it
Yeah.
is. There are
point.
extrovert gamers, but a lot of them are introverts.
Do you think that's, or I don't know about egirl, like the egirl culture in general is way bigger than EPALs, right? There's a ton
Oh
of
yeah.
different types, I assume. Maybe you kind of cross different subgenres of egirls, like you're
Uh,
in the
Cosplay, yeah,
or
the EPAL, the streamer.
so the hard thing with egirl is like it's very hard to define. Like it used to have a clear definition, but it kind of branched out, especially with the site and like with cosplay and all that, because egirl became like a look. But I know also people were saying e-girls were like e-thoughts, you know? So it's like it was really hard to define, and for the longest time like I associated e-girls with something sexual in nature because that's how it was portrayed on a lot of sites for the longest time, and I was uncomfortable when people called me an e-girl online back before I did the site. But with the site and stuff and with like cosplay, it became more of like just a generalized look rather than a personality trope. Same with the site, it kind of became more well known as someone who plays games
Yeah, now
for
it's like more of like a
profit.
subculture, I guess, instead of like
Yeah,
just like a label.
yeah,
it's
definitely.
it's so interesting how EPALs has blown up just in the short time it's been up, right, since March or
March
I
8th,
guess
I think, is
March
when,
8th.
yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Some people have been saying it's been here since like last year, but that's not true at all because when I joined, like the top people for League still had like 50 orders, only 50
Yeah.
orders. So, and I joined a week after it supposedly came out. So I'm pretty sure it came out on March 8th. I don't think there's any way it didn't come out before then.
Do you put any stock into egirl as a label? I don't know if you take pride in calling yourself an egirl. Do you wish you could define what that meant to people more?
Honestly, I don't know. I kind of use it as
From
like a marketing term now, kind of, just to label
Smart.
myself because it has like, it's on the trend, like a rising trend. So if I like tag things with hashtag egirl or have egirl in my bio, I get a lot more traction and traffic that way. So I kind of used it as a label to define myself just so I could get a little bit more popular so I could maybe get more clients. Because with my social medias now, I use it to market my cosplay, or not market it, but like get my cosplay out there. But I also use it to market my EPAL profile now. It's kind of like all interconnected.
All your marketing and your college degree kind of all working together.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm really proud of how well it's been going. I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah, it looks like you're. Yeah, I mean, you got. We looked at your Instagram page. You got some great cosplays on there. And you have a pretty good following too. So
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
yeah,
I work hard.
that
And I have
shows.
fun with it.
So I guess maybe I don't know. I last asked this question last time, but where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you want to
Hopefully
go? What are your
streaming.
goals? Streaming?
Streaming
Yep.
full time.
Become a big time Overwatch streamer?
I actually want to do retro gaming. I want to get a capture card because I collect video game consoles. Because I actually used to be a console gamer, like I said.
Oh right.
But I collect video games and video game consoles, so I'd really like to start streaming some of the retro ones. Because I think one of the first few games I'm gonna play is either Klonoa 2 or Klonoa 2 on the PS2 or Silent Hill 3.
Silent Hill 3.
It's one of my favorite Silent Hill games.
Do you like RPGs more than FPSs or just any particular love
I'm
for
actually not
genre?
too big into FPSs as a whole. Like, the only FPS I really got into was Overwatch.
Mm.
And Valorant I'm kind of getting into slowly, but honestly, I'm not used to the whole I have to stand still to shoot. Because I'm
Oh,
used to Overwatch.
yeah, just zooming around.
Yeah.
I guess it's much more CS. Valorant is much more
CS:GO.
CS:GO,
Mhm.
but with a little bit of Overwatch flavor.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know
of
if
the
that
abilities and stuff.
goodies, yeah.
I don't know. It's just been a time and a half relearning how to like play a game that's kind of similar to another game, but not at the same time.
Like all your instincts are just backwards. I
Yeah,
should be able
like
to
I'm
beat
still like
everybody.
running at a person shooting, and my like crosshairs going haywire because of it, and I'm like, bro.
How far off are you from graduating college?
I'm starting my senior year of university
See,
this year.
well, congrats.
Thank
Nice.
Also,
you.
Congratulations.
especially in these Corona
In
times,
these unprecedented times.
unprecedented
Corona
times.
actually helped me pass one of my classes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
I
kind of
guess at least
thankful for
somebody else.
Corona. Just because of that, because I was sure I would not pass that class. And then I passed it with a B because Corona.
COVID-19 coming in clutch for a lot of students.
But yeah.
Do you plan to graduate and then try to give your dreams a shot of becoming a streamer?
Yep. I'm gonna start doing it hopefully here soon in the next few months whenever I can get the rest of my computer parts because I'm actually building my first PC.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Nice.
But so far I saved up for half my parts and it only took 2 months, so I should be able to
Excellent.
get the rest within the next 2 months, hopefully? Question mark.
I guess, do you think things are going to change when coronavirus kind of blows over or less people are at home?
It might, but at the same time, honestly, with the whole corona situation, how it is, I don't think things are going to go back to normal immediately. And I know a lot of
Yeah.
jobs actually saw improvement with telecommuting. So a lot of
Mhm.
people are still working from home. And a lot of people are making the transition to just doing it at home full time. If it doesn't
Yeah.
require physical labor, I mean. Like, I
Yeah, I
know a lot of
agree.
Yeah.
accountants are doing that, where they're just telecommuting and stuff rather than going in.
Do you have, I mean, besides um, being an EPOW like and cosplaying, do you have a life outside of maybe the egirl boundaries? Or
Not right now, but that's because Corona. But before,
right.
yes.
Are there things sort of that maybe clients don't know about you that maybe they should, I guess?
About me
Like,
personally, or like e-girls in general?
You personally in the context of e-girls, maybe.
I get uncomfortable when you hit on me.
There you go.
that's a good
There
one.
we go. No, I do get a lot of people who think because they are paying for a service, we in turn have to date them, or we are more inclined on dating them after a few sessions, which is not the case, and it's kind of uncomfortable. A lot of people
Just
are seeing this more as like a quote unquote dating service rather than a gaming
oh, that's a
service, I
yikes.
guess.
Do you think the site or do e-girls need to how do you set boundaries with your clients or people needing
Well,
to
a lot of
communicate?
boundaries should already be made. Like, it's kind of common decency. Of course, in sites TOS, it's like no, not safe for work content. So you should know better than to make like sexual advances at e-pals, first of all. But also, like, I guess mild flirting's fine. Like doing the cheesy pickup lines, I don't care about that. But when these hardcores start like picking into me, and
Oh.
like trying to make me interested, that I'm not there for that. A lot of people aren't really there for that.
I guess one thing that I'm kind of interested in is there I imagine you probably talk about the same things with new clients just over and over again. Are there stuff that
Actually, no, not really.
not really? Is
Um,
it pretty varied in terms of
yeah, like
small
a lot
talk?
of a lot of times we just keep things either on the video game that we're playing or like we'll branch out and talk about different video games. Like a lot of it is video game related, but like I could talk about that literally for hours. That's like one of my biggest passions. It's what I grew up doing, so like I can never get tired of it. But the one thing that I do get tired of is when people are always like, "Oh, well, can you tell me your worst experience and stuff?" And having to retell my worst experience over and over and over again
Oh,
is like, ugh. I hate it.
so is this a good time to ask you about? No,
Perfect
Ah.
segue.
no. All right, we'll spin it. We'll do 180. What have been your best
Yeah.
experiences on your pals?
Honestly, the ones with streamers and YouTubers, because So a lot of my clients are typically shyer, which is completely fine. It's just like more socially exhausting for me though, because I have to carry a majority of the conversation
Oh
and
yeah.
like come up with topics and like kind of fill the silence, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it gets me a lot more tired a lot more quickly. But with YouTubers and
Yeah, they got a
streamers and
personality already,
stuff,
at least a
they
little
have,
bit.
yeah, they have the high energy, and I really feed off of other people's energy. So if you're like super high energy and you're constantly talking to me, I'm gonna be talking back, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a lot easier and it's a lot more fun too because they have like some really cool things. Like one of my streamer friends, some of my clients have become my friends too. Like one of them, a moist napkin. He's like one of my favorite streamers now, Fingies. He hires me quite often, and like I have a lot of fun with him because I pulled out my kazoo and like his chat started blowing up, freaking out that I had a kazoo and that I could play the kazoo. We did
So
the
is
whole Minecraft bed meme where we put our Minecraft beds together and stuff. It was pretty fun.
is it or I mean so do streamers sort of hire you to come join their games because they know you're going to be like an excellent personality or
Uh,
just good content, I guess?
Good content. Most do it for the meme originally, but some of the streamers' chats will like eat it up, and they'll like start
Oh.
donating to get the EPAL back. That's what
Wait, so
happened.
they'll
Like their Twitch
so like
chat.
some yeah. Wait, so like some random Twitch chat person would be like, bring pet back and donate whatever
Yeah, like
your
$10
Overwatch
or
game.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
Is it?
in turn, if they do end up hiring me again, like that donation just basically goes straight to me. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
especially for Minecraft. I'm actually making
I
minimum
guess
wage playing Minecraft. Oop.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
that's that's better than us
Yeah,
playing Minecraft.
we actively
earn
lose
no
money playing Minecraft.
Is it? I mean, is it? Are you sort of a character on some people's streams, part of the canon of Moist Towels
Moist
Twitch
towel?
or
Moist towelette.
moist
Moist
towelette,
napkin.
Oh, moist napkin.
moist napkin, moist toilet paper?
Moist toilet paper. No, a moist napkin. No. I actually sometimes will just jump into like I keep going into his chat and like randomly
Just like,
gifting subs to people.
oh wow.
So he gets more influx of people that like just stay there.
It's just a feedback loop of just love from chat to you and back.
Yep. And
That's genius.
it's been really nice too. Like he's genuinely a friend of mine. Like we'll have like noodle dates and like chicky nuggy dates.
Chicken.
Chicky
nugget
nuggy dates. Yeah. And sometimes I'll call him on Discord and I'll just like pop into his stream for a bit and then like dip out whenever I get an order.
It's awesome all the connections that you've made through
Mhm.
EPAL.
Yeah, I guess what would be the highlights of your experience so far as an EPAL? Just being part of this sort of streaming world and
Yeah. Honestly, being on Magikarp used Fly's video, that was like highlight because I got so many orders after that. It was actually really
uh-huh.
nice because I started like declining in traffic, and like right as I was starting to decline, that happened, and I spiked up, and my productivity just like went straight up. I actually had to double my price for League
Oh, wow.
to
just to meet
to
supply and demand.
yeah,
Supply and
supply and
demand,
demand
baby.
Your
actually.
business degree
I
The
was
market
getting
at
too
work.
many.
The egirl market is blowing up right now. I gotta invest in the stocks.
stonks.
Stonks. Wait,
Stonks.
wait.
Is that
Can
what
I-
you learned? Is there a class for that?
Uh,
Stonks 201?
Stonk?
202?
No. Sadly.
No.
And anytime a client is creepy, it's not stonks.
With the Rona
The
mask and
opposite of
everything.
stonks.
Yeah, boy. Sometimes I wonder why people hire me because I'm just a little gremlin that spews out memes all the time. Like literally, you play with me and I'm like, hee hee, boneless pizza, and they're like, stop.
Hey, that's funny. Maybe that's what people want. Bring that kind of energy.
It's true. That's one of the things I
High
did on the
vibration.
site actually was I didn't try and market myself as an egirl personality. I marketed myself as myself. So
Yeah.
like a lot of people get me because they're like, yeah, you look like a regular person. I'm like, dope. That's what I was going for.
Nice. I'm sure that differentiates you with, a lot of people. I feel like I see a lot of people like marketing towards that like e-girl look, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, I think that
And
for sure makes you
sometimes
stand
they do
out.
the whole anime girl voice. You know?
Oh,
All
perfect.
right. I think we need to. I guess we need to do an episode where one of our guests has that sort of super high voice.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that it's natural.
Some
Is it a
people
Koreaboo, weeaboo type thing
some
or?
people actually do have a higher pitched voice. My voice actually used to be pretty high pitched, but I did voice training to lower it because I was just getting made fun of for how my voice sounded.
Oh no.
And I was tired of it, so I was like,
That
ha ha
sucks.
ha, time to lower it. Yeah.
Joke's on you.
But no, some people actually have the voice like that, but some people are going for the whole like, oh well, anime girl voice, you know?
Oh man, you
Yeah.
you do it really
Oh
well.
no.
Oh yeah, I also do the whole oh god, I need to sit up. Nikko nikko ni. I
Oh
do that pretty
jeez.
good.
That's gonna
That's
be.
the soundbite right
I
there.
can't wait till we do a whole hour-long podcast with somebody with that voice. It's gonna be very interesting.
Mhm.
So have your friends and family been supportive
Uh,
of your career choices? I guess.
My dad's been way more supportive. My dad's girlfriend still doesn't get it and is kind of
Oh,
less supportive. My dad wants me to get an actual physical job just because he's worried about me and my future,
Mhm.
which is
right.
understandable. But like at the same time, it's hard for me to do since I do university full time and also with the whole Corona situation. So it's like I kind of don't want to get a physical job, but kind of have to. It was heavily
Yeah.
implied I should get it.
Heavily
Otherwise,
implied.
consequences. Heavily implied.
Lightly
Yeah.
encouraged.
I mean, has your dad's support sort of been helpful in your success as an egirl? Like, what would you attribute your success to besides your sick business
And your own
degree
personal
and
skills.
Honestly, the support from my friends and like support from fans, honestly. My dad started supporting me, but like back when I first did it, he wasn't really on board with the whole thing because he thought it was not safe for work. Like he straight up asked me like, "Are you a cam girl?" And I was like, "No." No. And he's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like,
awesome.
"Yeah."
Are you sure?
He's like, "Do you use a webcam?" I'm like, "No, I just play games with people."
Yeah, I can't wait for that conversation. I guess it makes sense. Like just our peers are just more understanding, or probably get
hmm
it easier.
He got it
I guess that's
after I sat down and explained it to
yeah.
him again, like after 3 days of explaining it, because he didn't get it the first 2 times, and then he finally got it once I sat him down and walked him through it. I think it was the name of the site that really tripped him up, because that was back before
When it was
it was
e-girls.
ePal,
Oh
it was
yeah,
egirl.
it was e-girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
GG.
oof. Yeah, that was a time and a half explaining it to him, but afterwards after a long conversation too, because like they were really pushing me to just get a job and they didn't see this as actual work, even though I work my butt off for this, because I do this 12 hours a day every day except for Sundays. And when I'm not taking order or when I'm not doing orders, I'm networking, I am trying to expand my market by implementing more strategies. Like I just added banners to my profile to kind of one help inform people what services I have, I guess, and like what my times are so I don't have to re-say it every single time.
And I think
And
this is more like translatable and helpful for your skill set over maybe just like trying to
oh
find
yeah.
any kind of minimum wage job or something like that.
Honestly, he's just like worried about me not gaining experience, but like I'm gaining a lot of experience doing this.
Yeah.
Like he's like, "Oh, but you don't interact with people." But and I'm like, "I do every day." Actually.
It's my
That's
He's
job.
actually
like,
my
"Yeah,
whole
but you're not
job.
doing the customer service." I'm like, "I am a lot. You don't understand." He still wants me to get a physical job at least for the summer, and I
Oh,
agreed to do that. So,
yeah.
but
Well, just tell me to make minimum wage on Minecraft.
I did. He actually started asking me how the site's going and stuff. It was like really wholesome because after I sat down and had a long in-depth conversation with him about like what I did or what I'm doing and like how I'm networking and doing all these things, he got it more and understood like how much work goes into it, I think.
Yeah.
So he started to really like understand, and he became more interested in it. So like he'll ask me how job hunting's going, and I'll be like, yeah, it's going decent and stuff. And then he'll ask me like, oh, how are orders going? And then he'll ask me like stories about it, and it's actually really nice. It makes me feel good.
That's awesome.
Like he's starting to understand and appreciate my hard work that I do. My mom got it
Well,
immediately.
Is that cool? Yep.
I was like,
support
hey
you.
mom, I play games with people and I get paid for it. She's like, oh great. I always knew you could do something like that. I was like,
Easy.
easy. Stonks.
well, I guess you haven't done so, but do you want to shout out your socials?
Yeah, all your channels
Yes.
and everything. Go ahead.
How do we hire
Yep.
Pet
You
onto
go
our
to
voiced
ePal. You type in Pettraner. It's Pettraner without an I, and boom, I'll show up.
And you said you're available 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. What time
Uh,
zones?
12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Alaska Standard Time.
Oh, awesome. That's a great, solid time zone.
One of my
Yeah.
favorites for sure. Top 10 time zone.
What am I? Top 24?
Top 24
Top
time
24.
for sure.
No.
You can also find me on my Instagram and my Twitter. It's the same username.
Yeah, check her out. She's got some
Gotta
great
plug myself.
cosplays on there. Yep.
Cool. Well,
And support your
thank you so
homeboys.
much.
I
Your
don't.
local pal?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also you guys,
Oh,
the
thank
the
you very
lonely
much.
Oh,
fans.
us.
I don't know if you have like thumbs up systems. I don't know what you're gonna post on, but
Smash
smash
that
that
podcast
like
button.
button.
Like
Smash
button.
something.
Upvote 5 out of 5 stars, 100 out of 5 stars. You know,
Yeah.
support your homeboys.
Exactly. Listen to Pet.
Absolutely.
Wise words.
And support your local e-pals too, cause
Absolutely.
we be needing it.
I've never been shouted out on a podcast before. so
Well, now
this is
you
the
have.
first
time,
Boom.
you know, it feels
First
good.
time for everything.
That was good.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so
Thank
much,
you.
Pet.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for being
Thank you for your
here.
time. Good luck with your, your aspiring streaming career and your cosplay. I bet
Thank
a
you.
few months from now we'll be saying, "Hey, that big time streamer, yeah, we had her on our podcast." When we're also really huge and famous as well.
Or
Whoa. Yeah.
we'll be asking to be
Yeah.
on your stream.
Ooh.
I think. Is
You'll be like, but please, Mrs. Pet Fingies, please allow just a crumb of stream. I have chicken nuggies. Oh, you offer chicken nuggies, am I? Stop, I'm gonna act up. You can't.
Yeah, thanks so much, Pet.
Yeah, thank you.